What up, everybody? This is your boy Dedrian from House of Rasslin. This is my review for the May 11th episode of AEW Dynamite. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow House of Rasslin on all social media platforms. Follow me, Dedrian180, on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up on YouTube. Man, tonight's AEW Dynamite. Whew. Man, this was a fun show. From top to bottom. I really like the fluidity, the pacing, just the continuity that just flowed through the show. I do like the fact that because they're doing this Owen Hart tournament, they've implemented pretty well. Could have been a little bit better. To each its own, but it's done. For me, it's been done pretty good. It was cool to see Owen Hart's wife, Martha Hart, looking on and watching the show. I know her children were there backstage. They showed a picture of actually Tony Khan tweeted out a picture of Owen Hart's children and Martha Hart, so that was really cool. But man, this show was fun. The main event was amazing. This is one of those shows, I would say, a lot of parts are going to make you, I don't want to say make you, but there's a lot of parts in this show where you're going to, man, I got to watch this again, especially the main event and everything that went down. But man, this was a fun show. It was a good build to next week's show and another piece to the overall story that's being told leading up to AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view. But man, this was a really good show. It started off with Adam Cole and Dax Hardwood. Two things that stood out to me. There's a lot of things going on in this match, but two things that stood out in this match was the reversal of suplexes and Dax Hardwood's slingshot powerbomb. Man, that is a thing of beauty. The way he performs it, man, is just with such fluidity and just man, everything is just perfect about that move. This match, man, Dax Hardwood, the more he wrestles in singles matches, the more he just reminds me of Arn Anderson as a singles wrestler. And man, he puts on some really good matches. I mean, let's face it, his match against CM Punk, his match against his tag team partner Cash Wheeler, now this match with Adam Cole. Mind you, all these matches have happened within the last 3-4 weeks or so, 5 weeks maybe. But man, this was a really good match. I was shocked at how this match ended. With all the momentum, I was anticipating Dax Hardwood winning, but Adam Cole put in the sharpshooter. It looked like Dax was going to fight to get to the ropes, and he just tapped out, and you could tell the crowd was not happy. In a good way, not like, oh, this show stinks and this, but it was just like, oh man, he lost, like, and of course Adam Cole has his fan favorite, so there's a few fans cheering and everything, so that's going to be interesting how this plays out, because Adam Cole moves on in the Owen Hart tournament, and now he's going to face the winner of the Darby Allin Jeff Hardy match, which happened later tonight. So that's so cool and interesting. And I like the fact that they introduced, or they explained, who was going to face who in the next round, which I enjoyed it. Of course, last week they put out the bracket and everything, but it was so cool that they gave this, like, hey, he's going to face this. Oh yeah, he's going to face that. Which they've always done and stuff like that, but I liked it because it just emphasized, okay, this is who he's going to face. A lot of times, AEW sometimes has the habit of, like, not explaining stuff very punctually. So this, I do give them kudos for. Then we get a video package of Jeff Hardy and Darby Allin promoting their match later on in the main event. This is a really good video package. You could say it's a clash of two generations. Jeff Hardy, the past 20 years, and Darby Allin, hopefully he keeps his body in check and everything and healthy for the next 10 years or 15 years. So that was a really good video package. I recommend you guys check that out. Then we get a shot of a few members of the cast members of the Impractical Jokers TV show on True TV. They were at ringside. Then we get Hangman Page. He's on commentary, and the next match is CM Punk versus John Silver. This match, I'm on the fence with it. I do like John Silver. I enjoy and love CM Punk, but something about this match is really, maybe it should have went on shorter than, like, it went on longer than it should. CM Punk was having his difficulty, which, okay, it kind of makes sense, but then it was just like, man, CM Punk's got this momentum, like, man, just GTS, boom, end it. But no, this was a pretty cool match after the halfway point. Like, once the match really started rolling, then that's when it got good. But man, the big thing about this match is the finish. And mind you, Hangman Page is at ringside, or at commentary, and CM Punk is outside on the ropes, and he performs the buckshot. He performs Hangman Adam Page's finishing move on John Silver, who is a member of the Dark Order, who is also friends with Hangman Adam Page. CM Punk performs that move, 1, 2, 3. He defeats John Silver for the win. Hangman Page comes down to ringside. Whoo boy, man, I'm not going to try to explain in detail what transpired between CM Punk and Hangman Page. What I can tell you, go back and watch it. Man, it either we're getting a more grittier, feistier CM Punk, or CM Punk is slightly turning heel and we don't know it. It's like under the radar. I did like the fact that CM Punk is like, yeah, when I defeat you for being champion, you're going to shake my hand. And Hangman Page looks at his hands and just gives him the middle finger and just walks off. So I like, of course, this is the second or third week that this is the third week that they're actually building to this championship match at Double or Nothing. I like that they're building the animosity and the grit, the emphasis on, I want to be champion, I want to remain champion, and you're going to have to really beat the hell out of me to take this title. Or, in CM Punk's case, you're going to have to beat the hell out of me from stopping me from taking your title. But man, that was a really cool moment. Check that out. Then we go to a backstage segment with Britt Baker, Rebel, and Jamie Hayter. Britt Baker's pretty much playing down on who the Joker is. From what I'm taking, I have to watch this again. But the way it came across and the way they explained it, apparently we're getting the Joker next week, I think? Or maybe? I don't know. Or Rampage? I don't know. I know we're getting the Joker next week for Samoa Joe. But no, this is a really cool backstage segment. Britt Baker's basically saying, giving this analogy about the storm, and storms don't last forever, and usually when they're over, it's over. And Tony Schiavone, I like that he brought up, like, hey, if you guys win your matches, you're gonna face each other, and they're like, no, let's not worry about that. Let's worry about tonight and everything. So really cool thing of, I don't think it was planting seeds, but it was just more of a, actually, I think it's more of a foreshadowing of what potentially could happen down the road at, I don't know if it's going to be another tournament or just something down the road where it's like, hey, if you win, you got to face me. So maybe it could be a number one contenders match for Thunder Rosa's championship, and they have to face each other to win the championship or face Thunder Rosa for the AEW Women's Championship. Could be. Then we go to Danhausen. Yes, Danhausen's in-ring debut. Actually, I shouldn't say in-ring debut. Danhausen just came out. Tony Nese was in ringside. he attacked him, gave him 2 diving knees to the head while he was on the bottom turnbuckle, pinned him 1, 2, 3. The match was literally 1 minute. At first I was like, man, that was a quick match. But I started thinking, I'm like, okay, I know Danhausen, he's recovered from a broken leg that he suffered literally a month before Final Battle in December. So I'm like, is he really, is he fully healthy or just they're taking it easy or what have you? But it is what it is. But I like this because Tony Nese just started kicking the crap out of him. Mark Sterling, he's like, they don't give Tony Nese entrance, they don't do this, they don't do that. And then lo and behold, music hits. Hook comes out. He storms out there. He pretty much makes Mark Sterling and Tony Nese leave the ring. They're like, oh, I don't want to face him now. So you have this stare down between Tony Nese and Hook. Danhausen gets up. He puts his hand out. Hook shakes it. So apparently we have Hookhausen, which everyone is talking about on Twitter. That's going to be interesting. I know a lot of people are like, Hook shouldn't be in this hokey shit, or he shouldn't be doing this, or he shouldn't be doing that. I like it for the fact that we've seen a portion of his personality, Hook, just standing there doing all the Team Taz, stuff, eating chips and stuff like that, not saying anything. It's like, man, Hook doesn't do anything, and that's how he built his following. And putting him with Danhausen, it's really interesting. I'm not going to say it's going to be to the lengths of RK Bro and WWE or the Rock and Sock connection, but it could be fun. I think that's one thing that AEW is missing, is that although a lot of their segments are great and interesting and like, man, this really draws you in, there's not a lot of moments that are fun. And I think that's one of the issues that they're having right now, that they are putting together. I'm not going to say they don't have it, but they're putting it together, especially with the summer months coming on and the touring and stuff like that. This should be pretty fun. Hook with Danhausen, how this plays out with Tony Nese. Is Mark Sterling going to get another person to team with Tony Nese and have this whole tag team or what have you? I'm looking forward to that. Then we go to the contract signing. This, I got to say, I got to give credit to AEW with their contract signings. One, it's spaced out. And two, they tailor it to a specific storyline, if that makes sense. Each contract signing feels like it's tailored to that storyline. It's not a AEW contract signing here. It's like, no, this is the storyline and they want a contract signing, but it's everything that's going to be said, done, or talked about is going to be tailored to this contract signing. Even as far as the introduction, Wardlow, of course, he comes out to no entrance music. He's in handcuffs. MJF comes out with an Islanders jersey, and he's living up the crowd. Like, he's eating it up. They're cheering him and everything. I like the point in the contract signing where he tells them, I don't want you guys, when Wardlow starts speaking, you start booing the crap out of him. Don't do that. I mean it. Don't do, and it's freaking hilarious. There was this is another funny thing about this that I liked. There was you could say a mock Dark Side of the Ring video, and it was narrated by Chris Jericho. And man, watch this video. I'm telling you, watch this video. This was so hilarious. So it begins, and Chris Jericho is basically saying, MJF and, this, can't remember what he called CM Punk, and Jericho stops. He's like, wait. This for MJF? What the hell? I was feuding with this guy. And then he stops. He's like, wait a minute. How much is he paying me? Oh, okay. And he continues like, oh my God, that's such great comedic timing by Chris Jericho. And the whole video package. They had Barry Horowitz in the video package. They had a few other people in there. Oh my God, it's so funny, man. Just watch that. Getting back to the contract signing, a few things that stood out to me was, of course, the crowd was booing Wardlow. Then there was a point where MJF, he was talking about 10, and he's like, you know, you're going to have, and I'm paraphrasing, so it led to Shawn Spears doing the 10, and the crowd was just eating it up and everything. That, I love that part. That was so cool to play off of Shawn Spears. Granted, that was his WWE shtick, but it's still like, it's still over. Like, it's so over with the crowd, and it's so fun. Then from there, there was a point where MJF, he's like, yeah, you could take his handcuffs off, and Shawn Spears like, whoa, no, don't do that. Then once he did that, for me, I enjoy watching Wardlow beat the crap out of their security that's protecting them. Because, man, out of every wrestler I've seen beat up security at contract signings, like, he fucking lays it in. Like, he lays it in on these security guys, man. And what was funny was that he clotheslined Shawn Spears, and everybody leaves, and MJF is the last one in the ring, so he tries to leave, and Wardlow brings him in, and he's about to powerbomb him through a table, and Mark Sterling gets on there and gives him this headlock, and he throws Mark Sterling on the ring. MJF is looking on. Wardlow puts Mark Sterling in a powerbomb position, and he powerbombs him through the table. So this is going to be an interesting match. I am enjoying the build to MJF Wardlow. Hopefully it happens at Double or Nothing, because I know during the contract signing, MJF was basically saying that, oh, he has to face Shawn Spears in a cage match. So I don't know if that's official yet. They did not clarify that. And nobody really signed any paperwork. Like, once Wardlow started beating the hell out of security, nobody signed the paperwork. But man, that's a contract signing. That segment, I do recommend you guys watch that. That was very entertaining. What I do like about this is everyone's talking about how they're building up Wardlow. And for me, what I like about this feud and what I've noticed is that they're not only building up Wardlow, but they're just adding more to the character of MJF. Just how grimy and shisty and sleazy and just conniving and sneaky and just like cunning he is to get his way, and the things that he's gonna do to get his way. It's just, it adds more to it. And he's building up, you know, a powerhouse in Wardlow, so this is gonna be pretty fun. Then we get a promo from Samoa Joe, and he's basically talking about how he doesn't know who the Joker is. He doesn't care who it is. He's just going to go out there and fight. And we cut to Sanjay Dutt, Jay Lethal, and Sandam Singh. And they're basically saying, oh, if you think it's Jay Lethal, nope. You think it's Sandam Singh, nope. And Sanjay Dutt, he gives the line, your heart is smaller. Your heart is bigger than your brain, which is small, or something like that. I'm just paraphrasing. So I'm interested to see who the Joker is going to be for Samoa Joe. Comment and let me know who you guys think the Joker will be against Samoa Joe. I'm intrigued. I know there's speculation. Cesaro, Johnny Gargano. Honestly, it couldn't be. I mean, is it going to be Jake something, which they had at dark matches? I don't think so. I don't think they're going to have that and like, oh, he's coming in. Is it going to be, who's the other person that I just came to my mind? I forgot who they were. Jake Woods. There you go. Jake Woods from Ring of Honor. Is it going to be him? Who knows? Is it going to be Shane Taylor? Is it going to be one of those guys? it's interesting how this is going to play out. I'm looking forward to it. It's cool that you have a Joker in both the men's and women's tournaments. So there, that element of surprises for both, which it's an AEW thing. Surprises are, it's just their thing. I enjoy it. I love it. I'm a fan of it. So then we go to the Jungle Boy Ricky Starks match. Damn. I would say, man, would this be... If it wasn't for the main event, this would be the match of the night. And that's saying something because the Dax Harwood Adam Cole match was really good. But man, this was a great match. It started off with very technical. Of course, Jungle Boy was showcasing his athleticism against Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks was showcasing his personality and everything. That dude is super over. You get there was a point where Ricky Starks did a bridge from the mat, which is a classic move that they used to do back in the 80s with Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat. Beautiful, man, beautiful bridge. And it's something that I noticed that Jungle Boy's using a lot more in his matches, or he always uses in his matches. So you had that. Then as Ricky Starks was about to use the FTW title, Swerve Strickland comes down, tries to stop him, prevents him. The ref gets out. He's like, no, you need to get out of here. And as he's doing that, Jungle Boy has Ricky Starks pinned, and Shane Strickland's like, get in the ring. Like, he has him pinned. Like, I'm leaving, but get... I like that because it brought an element of realism. Like, hey, why is the ref... Like, no, he's... So that, I really like that. So the ref gets in the ring, 1, 2, and Ricky Starks kicks out. And as Swerve Strickland's there, Ricky Starks performs the, what's his finishing move? The pile driver thingamajigga move that he does. Pins him 1, 2, 3. So they're celebrating. And by they, you have Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs. They're celebrating and everything. Shane Strickland's on the ropes. And he's looking at Jungle Boy. And he's like, or he's on the apron. He's just like, damn, I just cost this dude the title, man. I don't like Ricky Starks, but damn, I just cost this dude the title. So he's on the apron or the ramp, and you have Luchasaurus and Christian walking down the aisle, and Christian just bumped, like Shane Strickland's like this, and he just bumps Shane Strickland. Shane Strickland's like, what the hell did this dude just do? So Christian gets in the ring with Luchasaurus, and they're they're consoling Jungle Boy, and he's just upset, and he's like, man, I had him. It's like, man, I had this guy beat. The stupid ref wasn't, that's what he's telling Christian and Luchasaurus. And then Keith Lee comes out, and you just have this stare down between Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs, and Jungle Express, Jurassic Express. So they are teasing a triple threat tag team match. It is something we had at Revolution, but Revolution was in February. We're going into May. Actually, we are in May. We're going to head into June. So it's been a while that there's been a triple threat tag team match. I tweeted this. I hope that either Ricky Starks and Hobbs win the tag titles, or Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee win the tag titles, because I do feel that it is time for Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus to go their separate ways. The way everything played out post-match with Christian hugging Jungle Boy, I do think there is a heel turn. The question is it going to be Christian turning on Jungle Boy, or is it going to be Jungle Boy turning on Christian and Luchasaurus? Which, it's something that Jungle Boy does need. I did notice tonight that the way Jungle Boy was performing, it did feel like he was almost like Shawn Michaels Rockers 1991 before he went HBK. So we'll see. Then we get a video package of Serena Deeb hyping her match, and I believe in the Owen Hart's tournament. Then we get a match between Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm. This was a dope match. I'm surprised that they gave them this amount of time. That was that was interesting. But this was a really good match. It was a good showing for Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter. It was a very physical match. It did have that NXT Women's Division vibe from 2000 and you could say 18, 19 NXT. Like, this was a physical match. I enjoyed this match. This was a good showcase for Toni Storm. Toni Storm wins with a freaking really crazy pile driver, but she wins, so she moves on to the Owen Hart tournament. And before this, forgive me guys, I skipped this. We had the Jericho Express, the Jericho Appreciation Society. They're giving their congratulations, or just they're happy that they beat down LAX and everything, and they refer to AEW's crowd as the AEW Galaxy. That's interesting. They're talking about the sports entertainers, Daniel Garcia. As they talking, they're interrupted by Jon Moxley, and it's like, oh crap, are we getting this? Are we getting this? So Jon Moxley comes out. Then you get Bryan Danielson and William Regal with Wheeler Yuta. They come out. And they're at the ramp, and they're looking at Jericho Appreciation Society. And as they're talking, they're like, hey, it's 5 of us against 4 of you. Like, who's going to help you? And as they're talking, Eddie Kingston, Santana Ortiz come from behind. So you have the Blackpool Combat Club, Eddie Kingston, Santana Ortiz versus the Jericho Appreciation Society, and they beat the crap out of all of them. That was so cool. I did not expect that. Many people didn't expect that. I love that. I do like the fact that Eddie Kingston and Santana Ortiz are slightly aligned, or you could say aligned with Blackpool Combat Club. I did like the fact that William Regal, he got his licks in. He knocked Jericho out, which I loved that, man. That was so fun and entertaining. That was another dope segment that I do recommend you guys watch. It didn't go too long, but it just got to the point, man. It was so fun. So after the Jamie Hayter Toni Storm match, you had a video package from Scorpio Sky, and he was basically talking about his Rampage match against Frankie Kazarian. They pretty much give a highlight package of him and Kazarian win the tag titles, and he's going to give the match for the TNT title, which is really cool. Then they cut to a backstage segment with Frankie Kazarian. He's interrupted by Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti, and I like the fact that he's just dismissing Sammy Guevara. He's like, you know what, just go be dislikable somewhere else. And I like the fact that they're acknowledging, like, people do not like Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti. Like, they're being booed. And it's not go away heat. It's more, we want someone to beat the hell out of you heat. That's great. I think what we're seeing in AEW now is we're seeing a shift of the guys that were faces that we were just like, we weren't feeling, or just something's, they're becoming heels. And it's going to be interesting to see who else follows that trend, because we can almost see the swap. And I think for the first time in AEW's history, outside of the Elite, you're actually they're getting the right guys to be heels, and they're getting the right guys to be faces. And you can tell that there's a chemistry there that the fans are enjoying and gravitating to, as well as people on social media. Like, okay, this is fun. Then we get the main event: Darby Allin, Jeff Hardy, in an anything goes match for the Owen Hart tournament. This was a Swanton Bomb special match, man. Jeff Hardy comes out, and Darby Allin comes out. They're in the ring, and they're shaking hands and everything. Darby knocks Jeff out the ring, and right away he goes for his suicide dive, where he gets it, man. He knocks Jeff Hardy down. Then he starts setting up, like, Darby just went quick 100. Setting up the chairs and everything. He's beating up Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy throws him to the stairs. They perform a few swanton bombs on the stair and on the apron. Oh, man. My back during this whole match, my back was just, oh, damn, that's going to hurt. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. Ooh, the highlight of the match, and it's probably gone viral on every social media platform. Darby Allin has Jeff Hardy on the chairs that he set up by the entrance ramp. And by this time, Jeff Hardy brought in it had to be either 35 or 30 to 40 foot ladder. That was a huge ladder. And Darby climbs up there and he does a swanton bomb on Jeff Hardy and lands right on the chair. Of course, it's scary seeing that. But man, oh my God. That was crazy, man. That was crazy. He hit that. Somehow they were still walking and everything. Then he tries to perform another swanton while Jeff Hardy was on the ring apron. Misses. Gets in the ring. They start clubbing everything. And somehow Jeff did a kind of like a fireman carries pin almost, if that makes sense. And he pins Darby Allin. So Jeff Hardy moves on in the Owen Hart tournament. He defeats Darby Allin. For me, I don't mind. Of course, all Darby Allin lost his tournament, and he's this, and like, why did he lose, and this and that. I like it because one, more people were expecting Darby Allin to win, so Jeff won. So it kind of like, oh man, Darby Allin lost, and I know there's gonna be people. Why did they have Jeff Hardy go over on Darby? Like, that's stupid. Like, Darby's he's the next generation. Why are they putting Jeff over this? But it makes sense towards the end because as they're, Jeff Hardy and Darby Allin, they're shaking hands and they're, hey, good match and everything. Out comes the Undisputed Elite, and you have the Young Bucks staring down the Hardys. And again, like I said at the beginning of the video, Adam Cole and Dax Harwood, the winner of that match, would move on and face the winner of the Darby Allin Jeff Hardy match. So you're going to have Jeff Hardy versus Adam Cole. So everything at the end of the Dynamite with the Undisputed Era coming out and Jeff and Matt staring down the Hardys. So I like the fact that we're going to get Darby Allin in some interaction with the Undisputed Elite. That's about time. Sting feuding with the Undisputed Elite is going to be dope. It's interesting what's going to happen. How's this match going to play out with Jeff Hardy and Adam Cole? I'm really interested with that. But, man, this was a fun Dynamite. I enjoyed it. The highlight of the match, or the night, was... excuse me, guys. Darby just flying off that ladder. But, man, this was a solid show from top to bottom. This was a good Dynamite. Like, this was a good Dynamite, good pacing from beginning to end. A lot of questions, and you're just like, ooh, where is this going to go? How is this going to play out? What's going to go on and everything? But, man, I got to say my favorite segment is when the Jericho Appreciation Society were talking, and Moxley, Danielson, Regal, Wheeler Yuta come out, and you have Eddie Kingston and Santana Ortiz. They just bum rush him. I did not expect them to call back the relationship between Moxley and Kingston, their friendship. Like, that, I did not think about that. I knew about it. Like, yeah, they wrestled at Double or Nothing last year against the Young Bucks, which is, holy crap, long-term storytelling, which is put it into pieces. So, yeah, I did not expect that. I like it. It's fun. Man, let's see what happens with this Blackpool combat with Eddie Kingston and Santana Ortiz. Are those guys going to be added members to the Blackpool Combat Club? I'm all for it. Eddie Kingston with William Regal, Santana Ortiz under the wing of William Regal. That's man, that's going to be dope. And let's face it, it's kind of been, talked about like, hey, eventually the sports entertainers are going to have a feud with the pro wrestlers, which is William Regal's Blackpool Combat Club. So it's kind of been talked about for weeks, and now we're getting it. So, man, this is really cool. But, man, check out this episode of AEW Dynamite. You're going to enjoy it. I recommend it. Watch the whole thing. You're going to love it. This was probably the best Dynamite in a few weeks. The past few Dynamites have been okay. But no, this was a solid Dynamite, man. I like this. So that is my review for the May 11th episode of AEW Dynamite. Like, share, comment, subscribe, follow House of Wrestling on all social media platforms. Follow me, Dedrian180, on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, I do want to say, for those of you guys who are wondering, man, why didn't I do any videos since last Dynamite? Last week's Dynamite. Well, last week was my birthday, and of course, this past Monday was Mother's Day. I just decided to take a break. I wasn't feeling well, and I was kind of tired, and from doing all the typing and graphic design and everything, my hands were tired, so I'm just like, you know what, I just need to take a break. So I took a break, but I'm back, I'm rested and everything, and I look forward to giving you guys more content. Thank you guys to all you subscribers. Man, I really appreciate you guys subscribing to my YouTube channel. Man, I'm humble, man. Thank you guys. But like I always say, stop fighting over wrestling, because, man, there's so much wrestling going on. And with everything crazy going on in the world and in this country, sometimes we just need a little bit of an escape from what's happening. And, this show was an escape for 2 hours. So that's what I'm saying, man. Stop fighting. So with that,